Guys in Bachelor Nation, tonight, Becca goes to the hometowns. Get to find out if she's gonna have a mother-in-law or a monster-in-law. Get to see if they're cool families or if they're scary. And who's she gonna choose for the fantasy suite? Okay. Whew. Tuesday workout done. Off for a busy day. Feeling good. I feel good this morning. Today was really hard, but great. Have an awesome Tuesday. Okay, let's recap The Bachelorette. Hometown starts with Garrett. He takes her to show her this big machine that helps plant tomatoes. Somehow he made a big machine that plants tomatoes with a guy named Carlos driving it. Sexy. He then tells her that the last girl he brought home was the girl that he married and then divorced pretty quickly. So, good luck, Becca. Okay. His mom and dad and sister were lovely. They couldn't love him more. They were afraid that he was going to get hurt. They didn't want to see him go through all the pain that he went through with the other girl. And yeah, they were just a really sweet family. Jason in Buffalo was up next, and he took her to a wings eating contest. I mean, I could win that contest. And who puts ranch on, like, hot wings? Of course it's blue cheese. Of course. Jason, I'm right here. Oh, wait, Jason, I'm married. I totally forgot. But I can be in a wings contest. If you need a partner for a wings contest, I'm right here. Blue cheese all the way. Love you, Buffalo. Okay, then he took her to a hockey rink that they had all to themselves. Now, I find that very romantic. I don't know why. It's freezing. It's sporty. It's two things that I don't really love that much, but I found it very romantic. They were really... Okay, and then side note, he kept calling her Bexter. Like, hey, Bexter, over here, Bexter. And like with his hair and his whole vibe, he kind of reminded me of like, I don't know, like an 80s dreamboat or like Heartthrob from like a John Hughes movie. You know what I mean? His family was also incredibly sweet. I really liked them. They were lovely. They did talk a lot about how he was guarded and that they were worried if Becca had genuine feelings for him and that they were hoping she does and all of that. I mean, of course she has feelings for you, Jason. You made it to hometowns. She also has feelings for Blake and Colton and Garrett, but don't worry about it. Okay, so his brother was like, tell me your feelings for her, and Jason tells him, and then he goes, well, have you told her all of these feelings? And Jason goes, no. And the brother says, well, you might want to do that because there's not much time left. It sounds like his brother watches the show. Jason was good. He listened to his brother. He told her all of his feelings. He said he was falling in love with her. Are you happy now, Becca? That's all you've wanted for weeks. The guy loves you, and he told you. Well done, Jason, from the 80s movies. Okay, so then it's Blake's hometown, and he's walking her through the halls of his high school, and it's really cute, and it feels kind of playful. Then they sit down in the library, and he starts telling her this very serious story about how his high school was involved in a shooting. As the shooter was in the classrooms, he overheard his mom's voice on the intercom, and he could tell that she was crying and scared, and they all had to hide out, and it was just heartbreaking, given that we have way too many things like this going on in our world today. As I was sitting there watching Blake, I just felt like as a mom, and particularly the mom of a little boy, that this guy has just been through so much at such a young age, and I just really have a lot of compassion for him and love the way he handles himself. And again, just another wonderful family. I mean, we had so many wonderful families on these hometowns. Blake might be a front runner for me. I really, really like him. He's just a good guy. And last was Colton. I mean, he is such a cutie, and I just love the fact that he worked with those kids, those special little humans. They just captured my heart, and it was a really, really cute date. I loved it. He then tells her that he's never brought a girl home before. And then he says, don't be nervous. Okay, cool. So I will take your virginity, and I'll be the first woman that you bring home. Not nervous at all. No big deal. This happens every Monday. P.S. I didn't notice it early on in the date, but Colton was wearing a very long t-shirt. Like, I was confused. Was it was a man long t-shirt, like a man's long t-shirt, or was it a tunic? Like, what was it? Or was it a dress? Was he wearing a man dress? Was he wearing a mress? A mress. That's my new word. That's a man dress. But was it a tunic, a t-shirt, or a mress? Somebody please tell me. I didn't like it. Then his dad is talking to Becca and he brings up Tia. What the fuck? Then he brings up Ari. What the fuck times 2? Then he says, if you don't really have feelings for him, just don't pick him. Okay, here's the thing, Dad. You're supposed to be helpful. You're supposed to be helping him move to the next level, to the fantasy suite, so he can get helped with the whole situation. You know what I mean? You bring up Tia, you bring up Ari. Okay, things went well with Colton's family, and I liked them, but I still think you should just go to paradise. Go to paradise, Colton. Leave your virginity on that beach. You know what I mean? You don't know what I mean. I'm sorry. Then all the girls show up for some girl talk about the Final Four. And again, they're having like a mimosa champagne situation. Where do they get all of this champagne? And who gives it to them? And why don't I have it? Becca says that Garrett plants sexy tomatoes. Blake is a really good guy. Jason is the best kisser ever. And that Colton is really... The look on Tia's face when she found out that Colton was in the Final Four was a little something like this. She then says, can we talk outside for a second? Like right now? Which is never good. When a girl says that, it is never good. Because you know what? Girls just say things in front of other girls unless it's about a... She basically takes Becca outside and says, I'm sorry to have to tell you this. It makes me sick to my stomach. But I've realized that I still have feelings for Colton. And now that I know that he's in the bottom 4, I just don't know what to do with it. What? You went from a cuddle and a smooch and a no big deal to now you've had feelings for him this whole time, and you tell one of your best girlfriends that right before she's like gonna decide whether or not he's in the bottom 3, and she's just met his family and been to his... I love Tia. You guys know that I love Tia. But man, that timing sucks. And I felt really bad for Becca. And I also felt like, you know what, Tia, you should have figured that out earlier in the process. That's just my opinion. And why do I care now just as much about whether Tia and Becca are ever going to be able to be friends again as I do who Becca is going to pick at the end of all this? Tia, I only have time to care about one thing. You're messing it all up. It's not your season. Also, poor Colton, because if you know that one of your girlfriends is in love with a guy that you're about to maybe be in love with and get engaged to, you either lose your best girlfriend or you lose the guy. And poor Colton doesn't even get a... Let's just send Tia and Colton both to paradise and do the damn thing. You know what I mean? Like, just send them both to paradise and let's just watch what happens there. I wonder if he's going to be mad when he finds out that she ruined his chance with Becca. Then, the night of the rose ceremony, Colton tells Chris Harrison that he is nervous about what the expectations are in the fantasy suite because he doesn't know that he's ready for that part of their relationship yet. Shouldn't you be talking about that with Becca, not Chris Harrison? And it's goodbye, Colton. Shocker of all shocks. Garrett, Blake, and Jason are the final 3. I'm really happy about that. Colton, go to paradise. Tia's waiting there for you. And P.S., she still has big feelings. By the way, Tia last night was like, yes, yes, yes. I'll see Colton in paradise. I'll see Colton in paradise. Stop it, Tia. Just play it cool. Next week, we go to Thailand. Jason is so in love but scared. Garrett is so in love. And Blake is so in love. Becca, however, is sobbing and says, what am I doing? I just did to him what Ari did to me. What am I doing? That's what she says. Who? Becca? Who? Tell us who. See you guys next week.